Oh my gosh. All right, now I just need to find my acceptance letter. Here she is. Madison, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited for this video. I'm so excited to tell you guys, even though if you follow me on Instagram, you already know. I'm so excited. So in today's video, I'm going to be telling you the story of how I got accepted into my dream college off the wait list. And it's like a crazy story. I got into FIT, the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York City in Manhattan. And this has been my dream school for such a long time. I'm like freaked out that I got in. So I'm going to be telling you guys the story of how I got in, even though I was kind of waitlisted. I'll get into more detail. So if you guys are not already subscribed, make sure you click that button down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it, and if you love thrifty, fashion, beauty, lifestyle, vloggy type content, become part of the squad because it's a fun time over here. Thank you guys for stopping by today and watching, and let's get started with the video. I'm really excited to tell you guys because I know it might help some of you, and it's just been insane that this is actually happening. Well, I originally wanted to apply to FIT last fall, but I missed the deadline, and basically now I go to community college, so I am a transfer, which makes it kind of difficult because I have 53 credits out of my needed 64 to graduate from the school I'm at now to get my associate's degree, but I hate the school and I'm not learning anything and I'm just really unhappy. I started to look into other schools and I found FIT, and I just literally couldn't ask for a better match. I don't live far, so I can always hop on a train or a bus, but it's nothing like getting a one-way ticket and just being there for good. I knew that I wanted to go to FIT, and I knew that it would be really hard to transfer, especially because my major that I really want to go in for my bachelor's is cosmetics and fragrance marketing. And it's a really hard major to get into. It's a very small group of people, and they usually prefer to take AAS students that have gotten their AAS at FIT rather than transferring into the bachelor's. They just kind of have a better chance. So I knew that it would be awesome for me to transfer. My dog is barking, sorry. So I applied this past January. Deadlines were February 1st. Got everything in on time. I wrote my essay. So basically all FIT wants is an essay and a transcript, whether it's high school and college if you're a transfer or just high school. I had reached out to my high school guidance counselor and I was like, hey girl, can you send my transcript over? She was like, sure. It was all in the works. It was all good, and it was all before the deadline. Keep that in mind. My essay was like, I spent so many months on it. One of my best friends, Andrew, helped me with it for literally weeks, and I'm so thankful for that. It would not have been as good if he didn't help me. And I thought everything was good. So I went on with my life, finished up my semester at my current school, and around beginning of March 10th-ish, I get an email. I think I got an email from FIT saying that my application was not complete, which is not good and not true because I literally had sent everything in. Like, I thought everything was good in my portal, hopped onto the portal and saw that they had never got in my high school transcript, and it was a month overdue. And I was like literally devastated. I thought that this ruined all my chances, and for a while it kind of did. I called my high school guidance counselor. I had her send my transcript over and everything, and it got there March 25th or 26th, so it was over a month late. She never verified that she sent it, so I don't really know if she ever sent it or if it just didn't make it there. I'm not sure. So then April 1st came around and everybody started getting their acceptance letters, and I was just like, oh, this is so upsetting because I'd done so much to do this on time, and I don't do things on time ever. So it was like, you know, it was a lot for me to actually do something on time. And honestly, I was so set on going that like any other option would have just made me so upset. So I wait, and I kept calling. I called like every single week. I was like, hey guys, it's me. Here's the situation. When am I gonna find out? First week goes by of April. I'm seeing everybody get their letters, everybody posting these cute pics. I'm like, girl, I want my letter. Like, what is this? Because I knew everything had gotten in, and I knew that they had told me it wouldn't affect anything. But then I started hearing that basically they had to kind of wait to like see, you know, if the major was full and all this stuff. So I didn't technically get like a waitlist letter, but they were kind of like waiting to see if there was space for me, and they kept putting off reviewing my application just to see like if there was even a point of reviewing it. And it sucked because there was literally nothing I could do. It was out of my control. I put all this effort in. At this point, I was like so devastated. Every single day I was like calling my mom like, "Ma, is there mail in the mailbox? Please check for me," like while I was in class and stuff. That was spooky. Every single day I was losing hope that I would ever hear back from them or that I would get in, and it was literally like making me sick to my stomach every single day. Like I was so devastated because it wasn't my fault. It's now the end of April. I'm like, okay, I haven't heard anything. Like I'm not getting into this school. I'm just not. I just wasn't okay with not knowing if my application was being reviewed, not knowing what happened with my transcript, just not knowing my plan for the next couple years of my life, because like I couldn't apply to other schools. I couldn't sign up for classes at my current school because I didn't know if I would even be going to FIT, and it was just like super stressful because it was my dream school. It was like my future to me. I had been talking to a couple friends. My friend Andrew, who helped me with my essay, told me a couple months prior to go to FIT and talk to somebody just to like, you know, be like, hey, I applied.
It's me.
And I was like, no, I feel like that's really extra. So one day I was at Regis's house, my boyfriend. I just had this idea and I was like, hey, is it crazy if I print out a portfolio, a resume, a letter of recommendation, like all of these things, and go to FIT tomorrow and show somebody and just be like, hey, this is the situation. I just couldn't take no for an answer. I was like, I need to go there and show somebody why I am the perfect fit for this school.
Fit, like puns.
And he's like, honestly, like Madison, just what's the worst that could happen? Literally, it was like 7 p.m. I ordered a portfolio to be printed at Walmart. I made a resume. I literally like messaged my English teacher from high school. I was like, hey, can you like write me a letter of recommendation by tomorrow morning? I threw this all together because I knew that I needed to get there before they said no to me. So I needed to go the next day. I booked a bus ticket that night. I got all my stuff together, and turns out like I didn't really wind up bringing everything that I wanted to. My portfolio got all messed up, so like I couldn't bring that, but I had a lot of other things to talk with them about. And the next morning at 4 a.m. I woke up, Regis took me to the bus station, and I got on a bus to the city. Super random, spontaneous, but I knew in my heart that the only way I was gonna get into the school and fix this issue was if I showed them how important it was to me. Because basically at the end of the day, if you're on a wait list and it comes down to you and somebody else, if you make yourself known and show whatever, the school, the boss, like whatever, that you want it and that you are dedicated to this school and you are determined to get in, you're gonna be chosen. So I was like, I can't just sit back and let them say no and not do anything about it. Here I am in New York, like by myself, just standing in front of FIT, just being like, oh gosh, I am so scared. So I called my friend Andrew. I'm like, hey, so remember that thing you told me to do a couple months ago? Yeah, I'm doing it now. I am in front of FIT and I am panicking. I went into the advisement office and I was like, hi, I was just wondering if I could talk to somebody about my situation. And the lady basically said, there's really nothing I could do. I can pull up your application right now. It hasn't been reviewed, so there's that. And I'm like, look, I didn't come all this way at 4 in the morning to not speak to anybody. So I told her that I needed to check in with some stuff about the major I applied for. And she was like, oh, okay, we'll grab somebody for you. I get called back into the office and I sit down with this woman. I'm obviously not gonna say her name because of like privacy. I had a really nice talk with her. I just wore like my little business outfit. My hair was all businessy. So I told her about myself. I was like, hey, so my name is Madison. You know, I'm from more upstate area. I came down here this morning because I just need to figure this out. And I told her about my goals and what I wanted to do and why I needed to go to the school and like why I was so unhappy at my current school and how I felt like I didn't fit in. And I had all these creative ideas, but had nowhere to use them. So yeah, it was a great conversation. We talked about my major and I was like, look, I wanted to plan this right. I wanted to time this right so I could graduate in time and have all my credits and like now is the time for me. I need to be here. And she was like, okay, let's take a look at like, you know, your credits and what you applied for. So she pulls up my account. She's like, oh, well, we actually would have had to reject you. Like we would have rejected you because you don't have one of the prerequisites you need for the major you applied for. Oh. The lady at the front desk said everything was good. Good thing I came back here. She basically said that I need statistics. I applied for the 1-year advertising and marketing communications degree. That's what I am getting for my AAS. So she said, I'll tell you what, apply for statistics at your current school. Send me proof of registration for the summer semester. I will then proceed and review your application. And she said, do it within the next couple days. You know, the quicker the better. I'm like, girl, I'm about to do it right now. I literally ran across the street to Starbucks, sat down, whipped out my laptop, applied for that course at my current school, sent it to her within 10 minutes of leaving her office. I said, thank you so much for everything. Please let me know if there's anything else I could do. She emailed me back and said, thank you, blah, 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 whatever. And I was really stressed for the next 2 days because it was a Friday, so I had to wait all weekend. I waited a couple days and May 1st, literally I'd given up. I was like,
I haven't heard anything from anyone. I hate myself. I'm done. I'm never gonna get into the school.
I literally emotionally just let it go. I gave up on it. I started driving to school and I was driving down the road and I was like, you know what? Like, I just want to go back home, wait for the mail. I pull into my driveway, the mailman comes, I snatch the mail. I see this little corner. It's not like a small envelope though, but all I see is just that little corner. And I'm like, I got rejected. I got rejected. I pull the envelope out and this was in there and I literally can't explain the feeling. I'd been like imagining that feeling for so long. And I knew that everything I did, like taking this spontaneous trip to New York, stepping completely out of my comfort zone, talking to all these people, like advocating for myself, it all like super, super paid off. I grabbed it and looked at it. I literally screamed on the top of my lungs. I was like, Mom! So I get in my car, I back up, I like back right off the side and I just hop out my car, run down my driveway, down this big hill, screaming, waving this envelope in my hand. I like run into the house with like mud all over my shoes. And I'm like, I got it, Mom. And she's like crying, I'm crying. Like it was just literally. Rock and roll. Did you hear my dad say rock and roll? Because it was literally the most surreal moment ever. I was crying so hard I almost puked all over myself. Like I could not contain myself. It was dramatic, it was challenging, it was scary, but if I didn't do it, I would have gotten a rejection letter. I literally would have gotten rejected. Like there's no question because I didn't have the right prerequisite. Today's my first day of stats and I'm just so excited. Now I have roommates. Hey guys, if you're watching this. Jack, my bestie for the restie, I showed him and he was like, no, Biggs, no way. And I was like, Biggs got into FIT. Anything is possible. Like if you want something, go snatch it, go get it, go claim it. Because going to get into the school, if I didn't do anything and I did, and here I am, I'm literally going in like 3 months. Like what the heck, what the even heck, I don't even know. Like I didn't even know if this was something I could actually do or if it would just be like annoying and like, ew, another girl really trying to do this. But like I knew that it was a risk worth taking because if I didn't, your girl would not be going. So you could do it too. I promise you, you can do it. It's possible. Fall, I plan on doing lots of videos, dorm tours, dorm halls, like all that type of stuff if you guys are interested in it. So if there's anything you guys want to see or any questions that you have, I'll probably be doing like a Q&A or something. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you for everything. I couldn't do half the things without all of your support. If you're going through something like this, just know, no matter what the outcome is, there's a reason for it and things will happen the way that they're supposed to. You can literally manifest anything you want, girl, so go snatch it, go grab it. And for all of you who are going to FIT this fall, best of luck, or anyone who's going to any new school. It's intense and I hope to see some of you guys on campus. Don't forget to follow my Instagram. It is at madthreads if you want to see that. Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you disliked it, dislike it. Cool, it's engagement. I will see you in my next video. I love you so much. I hope this helped you guys in some sort of way. Bye guys, thank you for watching.
1, 2, 3, funky.